Alright, just go ahead.
Okay.
So tip cut, what are we building, Cam?
We're butt cutting.
Yeah, what are we building? What set?
This is Fly Z 4 to pitching wedge. 5 to sandwich. 3/4 of an inch longer.
Okay. So the tip to length, butt cut to length. We've got two tip abraders, one for steel shaft with a coarser grit, and then one with a finer grit for graphite. So we don't use the Birking system like what's in the US. This is more than sufficient for our needs. The next step is just popping the ferrules on. So we don't have the luxury of that $10,000 pusher that you guys have. We just use this little block on the ground. That's just a stainless steel block. So with that, they're obviously preset to depths, so they all go on exactly the same length. From there, we will use our Fly Z graphite tip charts. So do we have one for the different lengths, Cam?
No, we just go by that chart.
Okay. So for example, if we have, let's just grab, let's have one of those here. So with a 7-iron, and the weight is 250. Can't see, but the weight's 268 on the 7-iron. 7-iron, 268. We know that it needs a 5-gram weight to hit swing weight. So this is what we calculated and calibrated before, or when we got our first irons here, and then this is our pick sheet. Each section actually gets signed off by our guys. So from there, we don't need to double check, but these are the swing weight scales that we use. It's an auditor from Golf Mechanics. We have curing cells that we got from Golf Mechanics as well, so the glue that we use dries in an hour if we need to rush a set through, otherwise we do a gluing run once a day. The glue that we use is a 2-part Aerodite, so it's a 2-part epoxy. We have the same hot melt machine as they use in the US, so that's exactly the same. That's the unit down the bottom that we put the hot melt in. That's the nozzle, which is a little bit longer this year for Fly Z Plus. That's a control unit on the wall. We use these scales here. We use these scales here just to, I guess, make sure we get the exact weights for the Aerodite. We work on about 3/4 of a gram per club. And this is our drill press, and we use a reaming bit. So we use that for reaming out tapered hosels, for example Tour Trusty or Fly Z Pro. So if they want graphite in a Tour Trusty wedge, we can put a Fly Z graphite shaft in there so they can have the matching set all the way through. We use this as our little repair bench. We don't get a whole lot of repairs here. You guys in the UK will obviously do 3 times as much as us, so you'll need more, but we don't have any, we just have the 2 cordless drills, and that's more than sufficient. One to just drill out, and the other one as a wire brush. And then this station here, it's pretty simple. We use this to to turn down the hot melt holes and also to turn down the ferrules. So I got an engineer to make this up so this moves back and forth, and it's pretty easy to turn down the ferrules and get them right. Then if need be, if we bend anything and we need to use the buffing machine, that's what we use there. We have Eldo loft and lie machines. So these Eldo loft and lie machines, they've got one in the US I think, but TaylorMade use them everywhere around the world. We have one set to left hand and one right hand. The trolleys that we use are just from a local hardware store, so they only cost like 50 bucks each, but that's what we use, and that's more than sufficient for our needs. And then just in this room here, we've got our gripping stations. So these little grippers, again, they're from Golf Mechanics. The solution I use, I'll send you the material safety data sheet, but the good thing about this fluid is that within seconds it's dry. It's non-odorous, so it doesn't smell. These gripping machines have two pedals. So one of the pedals, when you push that down, it ejects the fluid, and the other one works the pneumatic clamp. And then we've got the lasers set to the top so that when we put a golf club in, pretty simple, we set that up so it's straight along the face line, and then down here it's straight along the grip. So it's not a whole lot different to the US setup with the lasers and with the grip fluids that we use. However, these only cost about $1,500. I've got two machines here, as you'll sort of see here. And then we just carry a small amount of grips in here, and just in this area here I've got different different head weights. So I've got the different models, so we basically carry 5 or 6 of each heads. So if we need a heavy, a light, or a standard weight, we've got the different models in those. So if we do need to swap the heads, instead of going all the way back out into the factory to grab heads, we just pick them from here, and we can tell if something's getting low. Like for this example, 5, 6, 7. We don't have any more 7 irons in the XL ladies irons. So with that being the case, we know that we obviously need to get some in. From a picking, packing perspective, we use a Senko machine to recheck the swing weights. We've got a length board that we use just to spot check some irons throughout the set. And then we packed on this bench, so this is really all the space that we need. We do about 25,000 clubs a year. Just going to show Dan putting a grip on. So again, this is not going to be anything new to what you guys use, but it's small, it's portable, there's wheels on the bottom of it, so it's very easy to manoeuvre if need be. Whoops, I just stood on the other one. So this black cloth tape is equivalent to 2 tapes, which works out to be a lot more economical than the prefabricated blue and red tapes from the USA. The cost analysis on these, it worked out to be about 1/5 of the cost. So 2 of those is equivalent to 4 papers, and then we'll use a double-sided tape, again the same as what's used in the US. So Dan here, he's actually a golf pro and he's just coming in to help us out. He's only been with us for a week or so, but with our systems and processes it's pretty easy for anyone to really come in and do work. So.
Stuff it up.
Stuffed it up. You can still blow it on from there. Just try and blow it on from there.